Philippines have this extra, but their currency conversion rate is just horrible. Awesome. So right now we're going through a company restructuring, and this is sort of the document my project manager came back with me with. And yeah, I'm excited to dig into it and see what are the new changes he's suggesting and things we talked about.
Odisha, a state, I mean, nobody knows.
But yeah, here are the objectives. Our goal is just to make things more streamlined. Right now we have like 23 employees, including me, so they're starting to get a lot of people. So we're gonna have to redo things to keep everything tight and steady. So this is the workflow. We're talking about how now team managers will be more important than ever. Before I was able to talk to everyone, but now we'll really rely on team managers. The team managers will be doing a lot of team huddles and coaching with their sort of team members, and once every week there'll be a meeting involving the department with the lowest rating or the lowest numbers. So that's sort of what we've pivoted. Rather than doing a meeting with like 4 or 5 different sectors, we now just do one meeting with the sector that's struggling the most. That sector has to prepare a memo. I'm going to change this every final Monday because we moved it to Monday. We have this thing called pitch day where everyone sort of puts a pitch together of their ideas. So I'll be joining that because I want to hear everyone's ideas. Starting next month, we're going to go back to hourly rate, because before we did fixed rate, people will be clocking less than 160 hours a month. And they'll be getting paid more than they work.
Maybe zoom in. I'm about to start crying. I feel like I'm untouched by an angel right now. Look.
So we're gonna go back to a fixed rate.
You smart. You very smart.
Okay, extra work hours and overtime will be paid accordingly, so long extra hours are valid. I don't know about this. This one I might wanna change, because previously when we did this, everyone was just like clocking, 1, they were working slower, 2, they were just clocking extra sort of not productive hours just to get more money. So I might want to change this to extra hours will be capped at 160 hours per month. Now I think I'll let a few chosen employees clock more than 160 hours. We'll be doing review once a year. There'll be a appraisal for raises, payroll the 2nd of every month. We're going to be using TransferWise. We've been using PayPal, but their currency conversion rate is just horrible. Very excited for TransferWise. 1, all my employees will get better rates. 2, I'll be able to pay with my credit card. 3, I'll be able to pay in AUD and they can receive it in, say, Filipino currency. I'm really excited for TransferWise. And there's also mass payment, which is cool. Pros and cons, I approve TransferWise. I'm going to approve this. Okay, this is really important. Another thing, since we have more than 20 people, we're starting to implement leave and holiday credits.
Genius.
Philippines have these extra holiday dates and we'll be paying. So on the 25th, no one will have to work and they'll get paid. But I'm trying to think, what happens if the 25th is on a weekend? Yeah, that's pretty important. That I'm going to quickly text my friend right now. Actually, let me search this up online. If a public holiday falls on a Saturday, nice. Oh, interesting. That's Australia. Wow, Australia has a decent amount of holidays as well. Wow. For example, a part-time employee is not entitled to payment if their part-time hours do not include the day of the week, which are example. Stephanie is a full-time employee, usually works overtime in addition to extra hours of work. On Tuesday, she received penalty rates. Ah, interesting. So if these fall on a weekend, I'm trying to think, because right now we do like, it's sort of supposed to be 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Okay, I'm going to add this in. Employees are not entitled to payment if the public holiday falls on a weekend unless the employee has a track record of on the Saturday or Sunday. Over the last year, she
has worked 25 plus Saturdays and 25 plus.
I'm trying to think. Since we do payroll at the end of every month, we don't pay it per week. like in the end we're just still going to pay. For example, someone's wage was 400 USD a month. At the end of the month, if they take that day off, we're still going to pay. Oh, but since we're switching to hourly rate, things will be changing there. And like this is like a bonus, because as you say here, if you don't work on that day, like on a Sunday you don't work, then you're not entitled to not entitled to a base payment for the public holiday. So like if it's on a weekend, you're not entitled to. That's what this says. So let's make this even easier. Like I want it to make it feel easy. So all leave credits can be carried. Let's change it to like 10th year. 10th year of employment. And then obviously like if someone wants to leave for like, I don't know, one whole month, then they're gonna have to like, one, they deserve it. Two, they will have to build the systems to make sure that things will be okay. Let's change this to, I wanna give leave benefits. I wanna pay them out. I'm more than happy to. In separation where the employee aided the company on the transition process. This thing, illness, maybe we could remove this, because like if they fake it, I don't mind, because they're then losing a credit. Like leave credits can be used for sick and be used for holiday, etc. So I'm pretty flexible on how they can use their leave credit because they've earned it. Leave benefits, I'm more than happy to pay you out if you sort of help us with the transition process and you didn't leave like suddenly, and I'll pay you out for your credits. Payment equivalent to the amount of hours. Payment equivalent to the amount of hours put into training/learning will be paid. So if you only spend 3 hours going through a course on that training day, then you'll get paid 3 hours. Yeah, that's the whole company restructuring process. That was pretty fun. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something. You guys saw me go through it live, and I'm really impressed with how my project manager handled and put this together, and there'll probably be 1 or 2 more revisions before this, but hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this. Peace.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and my e-commerce journey.
Odisha, a state, I mean, nobody knows.